Being a people pleaser, seeking validation, is an expression of a dysregulated nervous system. The fight or flight response is activated, which means we're walking around in almost a continuous state of stress. Like we've got to see the danger that our unconscious mind thinks we're under because of the experiences we've had in the past. And then in order to try and get some form of regulation into the nervous system, which essentially means safety, right? So when you're dysregulated, it feels unsafe. And when you're regulated, you feel safe. It means that a regulated nervous system means that our unconscious mind doesn't see a threat. So when you get real about what people pleasing is, we're trying to regulate our own nervous system by receiving some form of approval or acceptance from other people. And these patterns start at a very young age in childhood, because we kind of can't regulate ourselves when we're children. And what did we need to feel safe and regulated? We needed approval, we needed love. And when we think we didn't get that, we thought that we weren't receiving that, we had to change who we were. We had to hold certain emotional expressions, which is holding back our authenticity, in order to receive the regulating approval and love from our caregivers. And we also form beliefs that we're maybe not deserving of approval, not deserving of the things that we needed when we were younger, because we thought we weren't getting it. Now, we always were, it just wasn't expressed. We all have unconditional love within us. It's just that some of us have nervous systems that prevent the expression of it due to everyday stress and traumas and all sorts. So the truth is, underneath our shit is just pure love, and we're chasing for that love from other people in order to try and get inside and get to feel it ourselves. When you look at how that plays out in your life, you'll see that if you're seeking approval, if you're trying to fit in, or any sort of those behaviours, if you've got the nice guy patterns, then you're searching for love, acceptance, approval from other people. But if you were to find it out there, which you never will, but if you were to, it's still inside, right? You're searching for an internal experience out there. And if you were to find it, you would only find it by going in and experiencing it within. But it's very hard to access it within by going without, by like the receiving of approval isn't really love, unless it's unconditional, and that comes from another being just loving you for no reason other than they love you. So if you act out in a certain way that gets your friends' approval, or your family members, and you're playing that character in order to get approval, that's not love. That's just other people choosing to approve of you because you're playing out some character that doesn't trigger them. So now they can like you. I'll like you if you are like this. And that's the trap that we all fall into. The characters that we choose to play throughout life unconsciously chosen to maintain a sense of safety, to try and fit in, to not rock people's boats. So when we get real truthful with all of this, people pleasing is a form of manipulation. So we're trying to control someone's opinion or thoughts towards us so we can feel good, right? So we call that managing other people's emotions. We're trying to change their emotions so they have the more positive emotions towards us, which allows us to feel good. But what we're really doing is trying to manage our own emotions. Because when someone feels a positive emotion towards us, or a woman, let's say, in relationship, if we're on a date and we want the woman to feel a certain way towards us so we can feel good, we will manipulate and control in order to get that. But that's really only so we can feel good within ourselves, because you can't feel anything outside of you. So all people-pleasing behaviours, nice guy tendencies, seeking approval, it's all a means to self-soothe. Now, if we're searching for self-soothing through approval, it just goes to show that we don't know how to soothe ourselves. And it also goes to show that if we're able to soothe ourselves, which what grounding, embodiment, nervous system regulation tools are designed for, then there's less need to seek approval to soothe ourselves, because we can do it anyway. Why would you go on a date with a woman feeling good in your body, being present and just being you? You would never be that and then just suddenly start saying a bunch of shit that got her to like you, because that would feel shit. You just wouldn't do that. You'd only do that if you already didn't feel good and you needed to try and feel good by having her approve of you in some way. And that's kind of just been normalised, really. That's just how most people are, most guys are on dates, you know. You just say a bunch of shit to try and get her to like you, and then maybe take her to bed. And it's if that's what guys choose to do, I'm not here to lecture on that. Just saying that there's a much better way of relating that will allow you to feel way better and have much deeper connections, not just with women but with friends and everything else. And it just comes from you being present and being in your body and being grounded. And then there's less take from the world. You can just be you and enjoy much deeper connections with people, and you can enjoy life on a much deeper level. And it all comes through being in your body. It comes through grounding. Our bodies are like an anchor. We can anchor consciousness down into the body, where we can start to feel safe. The more you do it, the more grounded you get. You can set a challenge in life. How regulated and safe can you get in your nervous system? Imagine how different life would be when you didn't need approval, when you could just be present. You could do the things in life that you wanted to do. You can just feel more regulated on a day-to-day basis. It can only come through daily practice. Can't come through just trying a few things here and there. Can't come from videos. It comes from daily practice. Sure, it can come from online courses, but if you're not going to practice the things daily, it's not going to have much of an effect on you, right? Put in the daily work. Meditate, ground yourself, do embodiment. These things work. I don't know what else to say. They really work. I mean, if you, I don't know what else to say. I can send testimonials from clients that I'm working with. If you want to work with me one-on-one, I can have them send you something, because they work. And if you've got anxiety, if you've got nice guy tendencies, people pleasing, then really ideally want to start healing that and coming into your body. If you've got these behaviour traits, and you're almost certainly not embodying yourself, because you're up in your head trying to think about how to survive through approval. It's not always easy work. There's also emotions that you need to experience. There's pain that you probably not felt from the past. can understand why you don't want to go there, but remember that you were born with the ability to feel every single emotion. All the emotions that you're hiding from, you could once feel as a child, as a baby, without any fear or discomfort. Funny that, isn't it? Now we don't. And why is that? We've just got a bunch of stories in our head. We just got a bunch of stories in our head. These are our parts, they're known as parts. And these parts come up to stop us from feeling. And these parts kind of exist up in our head. So we need to do some work on that as well. We need to communicate with the parts and let it know that it is safe to feel certain emotions. That releases the energy that we're carrying around with. That also helps regulate our nervous system. It also helps us bring ourselves into our body more. So yeah, that's where the work is. It's not just in grounding and embodiment. It's going into the emotions as well. Now, it's not what a lot of coaches say, because people don't really want to go into their emotions, right? But that's where the work is, guys. Thanks for watching.